kung maaalala po ninyo, wala pong nananawagan ng resignation or impeachment noong September 21. Pero ngayon, iba na po ang panahon kasi galit na po talaga yung malawak na sambayanan. Ang pangunahing panawagan po talaga is the resignation not just of the President but also of the Vice President. Kasama na rin yung iba pang mga sangkot sa anomalya. Flood control project man yan at iba't ibang forma ng korupsyon na nakocover po ng media. Kaya po ang panawagan talaga, lahat ng sangkot ay dapat na managot. So it's a call for transparency and accountability that has reached the level of resignation of the two highest officials of the land. Kasi po mula Setyembre na nagkaroon ng kilos protesta magpahanggang ngayon, wala rin pong masyadong nangyayari sa kabila ng mga retorika ng mga taga-suporta ng Pangulo at kahit ng kampo ng mga Duterte. So wala ring makabuluhang nangyayari, kaya umabot na po tayo sa level ng resignation call, and at the same time yung pagbubuo ng tinatawag na transition committee to facilitate the holding of clean and honest elections in the near future. Kung sakaling nawala na po sa pwesto yung Pangulo, pangalawang Pangulo, at saka yung iba pang mga sangkot. At the reason I'm here is because for Kontra Daya, we fully support yung holding of clean and honest elections, preferably hybrid elections sana, after mawala na sa katungkulan yung mga kasalukuyang sangkot sa iba't ibang anomalya po.
Maski sa social media, pangkaraniwang katwiran, bakit natin pagbibitawin si BBM, kung papalit si Sara, no? Hindi ko alam kung aware kayo dyan, at may mga ganyang katwiran, at matindi yung katwiran na yan, at kesa gumulo yan, ayaw mo na lang tapusin ni BBM yan. Sandali lang yan, 2028 At mahirap kung magkakaroon nga ng mga ganyan transition mechanism.
Magandang punto yan. Kaya nga ang panawagan, resignation, hindi lang ng Pangulo, kundi ng pangalawang Pangulo. Kasi kung si Marcos Jr. lang ang pagbibitiwin mo, tama. Ang magiging successor would be the Vice President, which is also, who is also unacceptable to the people for the simple reason that she is also involved in various scandals ranging from overpriced laptops up to confidential funds misuse, among many other sins to the Filipino people. Ngayon, siyempre, yung ibang mga tao, hindi mo masisisi kung sasabihin, hintayin na lang natin, hayaan na lang natapusin. Kasi 3 taon na lang naman ang pinag-uusapan. I'm sorry, less than 2 years, di ba? Oo. Sorry, less than 3 years pala. Less than 3 years, correct. Pero ang problema niyan, a lot of things can happen between now and 2028. Tandaan ninyo, the last time that the Marcoses were in power, we ended up with more than 20 years of them wreaking havoc on the Filipino people. So, hindi ko naman sinasabi na ganun yung mangyayari, but the possibility is there, number 1. And number 2, the system is so fundamentally broken, it is so flawed, that you don't even know kung baka wala ng Pilipinas by 2028. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. That's the situation has become so fractious, it has become so volatile that the transition committee would become more acceptable rather than a situation of a continuing Marcos presidency and Duterte vice presidency and the possibility of a violent coup that can happen where it will be hijacked by the rich and powerful and even the military and the police. So we don't want such scenarios to happen. Kaya ang mas kailangan natin, civilian-led and yung mass-oriented talaga. Mass-oriented in the sense that the marginalized and the underrepresented will be duly represented in the transition committee. That would be the best solution as far as we're concerned. Hindi po pwedeng hayaan lang. It's like saying na okay lang pag nakawan tayo, Total patapos rin naman yung kanilang termino. It sets a dangerous precedent, by the way. Baka mamaya yung iba pang mga tao magnanakaw at hahayaan na lang na patapusin yung termino. So, yeah, that's how we view it po.